I'm interviewing Jeannie Wilmore, who was born on April 3rd, 1919, served in the Women's Army Corps as part of the U.S. Air Force. She was a first lieutenant. Today is June 17, 2009, Grand Ledge, Michigan. My name is Patrick O'Keefe, local history teacher, assisted by Bob Miller. And this is conducted for the Veterans History Project at the Library of Congress. So welcome, Jeannie. Jeannie, can you tell us how you got into the Second World War and drafted, enlisted, or just give us your story, please?
Well, it was December 7th, 1941, and I lived with 3 girls in an apartment. We all had jobs at different places. We had the radio on, and the radio said, "The Japanese have attacked Pearl Harbor," and we all froze, absolutely froze. And it was silence in the room for a long time. Nobody said anything. And one of the girls said, "My God, what are we going to do?" And I said, "I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to join the Women's Army Corps." And they said, "Well, who said there's a Women's Army Corps?" I said, "Well, I know there is. I know there's a Women's Army Corps because I read the newspaper every day." And they said I was crazy. But I insisted that that's exactly what I wanted to do. And so within a couple of days, I went to the where they enlist. What do you call that? Draft board. Recruiting center. And I said, "I'm here to sign up for the wax." And he said, "You are?" He was just shocked. He didn't think anybody was really interested. I said, "Yes, I want to be the first one in." So I think I waited 3 months, and that was kind of a long, hard wait. And my girls' friends, they still said, you're crazy, you'll be sorry." So finally I went by myself on a railroad. I took a train. The Army paid for it, of course. And I was a little nervous, kind of scared, didn't know what I was facing. But it took, a couple days there, yes, to get there. And when I got there, there was a soldier waiting for me at the station. And sounds like a song, "Waiting for me at the station." And he said, "Are you by any chance Jeannie Wilmore?" And I said, "Burke. My name's Burke then. Burke, B-U-R-K, Irishman." And I said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "Are you the one that's enlisting in the Women's Army Corps?" And I said, "I sure would like to." And he said, "Well, come with me." And he took me in his Jeep. Yeah. I'd never been in a Jeep before. It was kind of hard to get in because I had a skirt on. We didn't wear slacks those days in public. And I got in the Jeep, and he took me to the fort, and I was just all bubbles inside. I mean, my stomach was really gurgling. I didn't know what I was getting into. But I knew I was doing the right thing, and I just couldn't wait till I got there. Finally, we got to the fort, and I was taken to a building where suddenly, all of a sudden, everything changed. It was no longer being nicey nice. And everything was military the minute I got there. This is where you go there, little one. I started getting orders right away where I was going to sleep, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, oh, I'm in it. I'm in it. It's for real. So I was assigned to a barracks. The barracks, by the way, Fort Des Moines used to be the barns that the horses, that was the cavalry. Fort Des Moines was the United States Cavalry, and they redid the barns and made them into barracks for the women. Ha! They were nice, clean, you never know, they were barns at one time. And there was already some girls there, got acquainted with the girls, discovered I was going to be in the right company. I just knew right away that I'd made the right move. I was no longer nervous, I was just raring to go. And they gave me some, sheets and blankets and pillows, and said, there's a cot over there right in the middle. See that number 23? That's yours. Make your bed. And I did the best I could. Then they gave me the uniform, and oh no, they didn't give me a uniform. They took me to the tailor, and he measured me, and he gave me the proper uniform, and so I got dressed, looked at myself in the mirror, and what have I done? I'm here, and I'm in the Army. And so I walked around and introduced myself to the girls in the, what did they call it? Where were we living? Barracks, the barracks. And they had just got there too, because we were the first ones to come there. We got acquainted, and everybody was supportive and full of energy, and I just knew it was going to be a wonderful thing. And the next day when we woke up, then the Army, then it really, I heard the sergeant yell. What is it they yell when they want to get you out of your beds and all that? Who's in here at service? Who was in service here? Come on. I'm alone?
Attention.
Isn't this a building for service members? Isn't this the
Fallout. What was it? Fallout.
fallout?
Yeah.
Okay, fallout, because we had to go to lunch or to dinner or something like that. Yeah, I've forgotten a lot. So, we started taking our training, and I fell right in, because you see, I had been raised by the nuns when I was young in a convent, because my mother died, and she died, left six kids, so we all went to this convent. And the first things the nuns do is very much like the military. You do this, you do that, you live here, that's your blah, blah, blah. And then you get in line and they march. They march to breakfast, they march to lunch, they march to dinner in an orphanage. So I learned to march when I was just 8 years old. So when I got into the Army, I felt right at home. And I got out there, I grew up and graduated, and my folks moved, finally they took me out of there. It was hard times, it was the Depression, that's why I was there. I've kind of lost my place here. And the Depression was over, so my father came to get me, and he said, you're going home now. And he moved from Oregon to Montana. Yeah, to Montana. It was, Oregon was the, I was born and raised in Montana, but Oregon was where the orphanage was. He said, we're going back to Montana. And I was just never so happy in all my life to go back to Montana. And when I got there, I went to grade school. When I got out of grade school, high school, made a lot of friends, realized that I was a very happy person and loved life. When I graduated from high school, I had taken shorthand and typing because I wanted to be a secretary. And when I got out of high school, the first thing I did was go looking for a job. And I got a job right away at one of the biggest companies in the state. It was the Montana Power Company, like your Michigan Consumers Power Company. And Montana Power Company hired me, and I got a secretary job, and I stayed there for 4 years, and then the war broke out. And I'm sitting at my desk, and I heard about the war, and I wasn't at my desk, I was home with the girls. I think I told this story before. I was with these 3 girls, and I said, the boys are all going to be drafted, and we're going to have to give up all the fun that we've been having, all these Saturday night parties. And I said, it's not fair that they have to give it up and we don't. And I said, I'm going to join the Women's Army Corps. And they said, you've got to be crazy, you know. But so my life in the service was one of the best things that I ever did in my life. It developed a very strong character for me. It toughened me. And meeting all those people, I never thought I'd meet people from New York and from Florida and from Georgia. And I thought, this is so wonderful. I'm meeting the world here. I thought, I have done the right thing joining the Corps.